Alrighty, welcome everybody back to another episode of the Ball Knower podcast. I'm your host, as always, David Miller, joined today by my wonderful co-host, Andrew Watkins. But before I ask Andrew how he's doing and we get into our usual shenanigans, I do want to point out that in the description of this video, at the top of the description, there is a link to a GoFundMe page. And if you follow me on Twitter or, you know me from playing video games or anything with me, because I know some of the guys I play Madden with watch these. One of my friends, a good friend named Victor Rivera, died this past weekend on November 30th, and his family set up a GoFundMe to, cover funeral expenses and just help out with his family because his family can really use the support right now. So I'm not I'm not going to beg you guys to go give them money, but if you can help at all, even just sharing the link, any help you can give at all, it would be greatly appreciated. A 19-year-old lost his life in a freak accident, and I figured it would be a good idea to push that as much as possible, just try to get his family the help they need. But yeah, rest in peace to Victor. If you guys watched the team previews that we did over the summer, he was on the Panthers episode, so you might have heard his voice before. Like I said, if you're one of the people that know me from playing Madden and whatnot, you definitely know Vic. But yeah, rest in peace. It's a really, really tragic thing that happened, but we're going to move on because that's what we got to do here. So other than, that very depressing start to the episode, Andrew, how are you today?
I'm pretty great. I'm 18 now, so
Yeah, this kid's a whole adult.
yeah.
How fucking crazy is that?
It's weird. It's
You
very,
can
very
curse
weird.
legally now.
Really?
Yeah, that's how
I
it
don't-
works. Once you become an adult, you can legally curse.
Really, I don't
Yeah.
still don't want to do it out of habit,
Yeah. No. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying the opportunity has arisen.
It's presenting.
Yeah, because I know you've never cursed before in your 18 years on this planet.
Don't tell my mom that. I mean, tell my mom.
I will
that.
tell her that you've never cursed. I think that's a good thing. She would
tell my
want to know
mom
her
that
son doesn't have a potty mouth.
Yeah.
You don't want the reputation I had.
Yeah.
God, so what I say we were going to start with football. Yeah, football's happening. College football, I think the regular season just ended, so now they're trying to figure out who's going to be in the college football playoff, which just got extended to 12 teams for, I don't know if it starts next season or the year after, but it's starting soon, and I know a lot of people are pissed off about that. I don't watch college football unless it's in the context of watching prospects for the draft, so I don't give a shit. However, I do really hope Alabama makes it to the playoff because I know they're not deserving this year. And it would piss off everybody if Bama managed to find a way to slip in. So fingers are really crossed that that's going to happen. I want to see just how badly people are going to react to Alabama getting in the playoff. Because people just hate winners. At the end of the day, it was the same thing with the Patriots. It was the same thing with the Warriors. People hate teams that win. And Nick Saban obviously is like the godfather of college football right now. He's the head honcho. Bama's always at the top. And this year they finally kind of faltered a little bit, and now there's still apparently a chance for them to get in. I think that would be so great. I really do.
Off of reputation.
Mm-hmm. If their names, or if they don't have anything to do with LeBron James, I absolutely love winners. I'm one of those guys. Like, I loved the Patriots, I loved the Warriors, and Bama's no different. Even though I don't watch college football, I do like Bama, so I think it would be great if they made it in.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, basketball. Bulls still suck. Nothing's changed there. However, apparently the Lakers are having internal conversations about trading for DeRozan and Vooch.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, why must this happen to me?
I don't know, and I don't really understand the package. Well,
yeah, first of all, what are they giving up? Do they have draft picks left?
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
It would be, the rumor is Russell Westbrook and 2 first-round draft picks. Unprotected first-round draft picks. Yeah, I mean, it's a little. I feel like for just DeMar, I feel like you gotta give more.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I get the Westbrook thing. He's on an expiring contract, so it's just you sit on him for the rest of the year and then the money frees up. But like, that's basically saying 2 first-round picks for DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic. And as much as I hate Vooch, like, those two together are worth more than 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you'd also get the positive of a huge expiring contract, like huge 40
Right.
plus mil, I think. So, like, really, if you break it down, it's like a good move for the future and a good move for a decent free agent pool, I think, is coming up. But then also that brings up a question about like Zach LaVine, like where's he gonna go?
Yeah. I mean, how old is Zach at this point? Like 28, 29?
28, 29.
Okay. Yeah, so like he's got to go too because he's getting the max right now, and he wasn't worth it. He was not worth it. I love Zach to death. He seems like a nice guy. He's fun to watch, but he's like the third guy on a championship team.
Yeah.
He cannot be your number one or even your number two, especially with DeMar DeRozan as your number one, because we all saw what happened when, DeFrozen and whatnot. So, God, it's really come full circle with the Bulls in the matter of like a year and a half, if that.
It is
Because
weird.
remember, did we have the podcast when the Vooch trade happened?
I don't think so. I think the first major Bulls trade that we even talked about was DeMar and Lonzo.
Okay. Yeah, Lonzo's there too. I forgot he was there.
He's not there.
Like, and then Billy Donovan just got extended, which like I don't watch enough Bulls games to really judge if he's a net negative for that team coaching wise. I can't imagine he has control of the locker room right now with everything going on because the Bulls are awful. But I don't know, man. This is such a shitty situation. Like, realistically speaking, from an outsider's perspective, from your perspective, how many players on the Bulls right now do you think are worth keeping around for like building purposes, for restarting and rebuilding?
Let me get on ESPN here and check.
Because me personally, I think there's about one.
I'd say two.
Who are your two?
Patrick Williams and Io.
Okay, see, I'm not keeping Patrick Williams. Io, I agree with. I love Io. But Patrick Williams has been playing like dog water. He's been awful. He's not even a good defender like we were told he was going to be. Like, he straight up seems like a failed experiment at this point.
He's only 21 is the thing, though. So he still has like
he's only 21.
He has like 5 or 6 years, in my opinion, to still develop.
5 or 6 years of bullshit mediocrity until he becomes like what? Fucking what was
Valentine type 2.
Do not say that name. We do not speak that name in this house. No, who was that? Tony Allen from the Grizzlies. He was like a baller defender but couldn't do shit offensively. Yeah. Like, is that what we're waiting for? Are we waiting for him to do that into like his mid-30s?
I mean, you got Draymond, who's still doing his thing.
Yeah, but Draymond's also got that dog in him. P. Williams does not.
Yeah.
He does not. Like, oh no, how old's Caruso? Caruso's only like 26, 27, right?
He's 28.
He's 28. Fuck. I'd still keep Caruso for morale purposes and for defensive purposes. Like, let him be the tank commander and then go draft whatever his name is, Victor Wembanyama. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's how you say it.
Yeah. I just hope there isn't a reality where the Bulls end up with Bronny, because I don't want to see LeBron in a Bulls uniform. I don't think I could take it. I think I'd give up on basketball completely. Like, I already don't give too much of a shit about basketball. I think I'd be done completely if
back out completely or done.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it near you.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about it on the podcast. I'll just sit here like this.
Unplug the headphones. Turn down the volume.
Lay back and cope. Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. That's how much I hate LeBron James.
Wow.
Like, I don't think there's ever been. Well, no, there is one NFL player. Deshaun Watson would be the only NFL player that would make me stop being a Bears fan. But that's like different because there's moral implications to that. LeBron, he's
still
you know, he's never done anything heinous or illegal. But God, I fucking hate LeBron. Like, listen, okay, I keep seeing all these posts because LeBron's kind of hit his peak. He's starting to decline a little bit. It's like, you're all gonna be sorry when LeBron isn't in the league. You gotta appreciate greatness while it lasts. No, I fucking don't. I'm gonna watch more basketball when his ass is out of the league. That's what I'm waiting for. To go gung ho full into basketball. I'm waiting for LeBron to be gone. No, I'm not joking when I say that. I don't.
Retires and you pull out your analyst goggles and start like, oh my god,
LeBron's gonna retire and I'm gonna become Richard fucking Jefferson. Like, I'm not joking. I'm going to go hard into learning basketball and learning about the league and understanding what's going on as soon as his ass is out of the league. Because I know right now, if I had to do it, I would be so biased towards the Lakers and so biased towards anything LeBron that I wouldn't be able to be like a genuine unbiased analyst.
Like Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the same thing.
Oh my god, I'd be Skip amplified by 15, but less funny, younger, more hateful, and less popular.
Yeah.
I would be like I wouldn't even be Walmart. I would be like a dollar store brand Skip Bayless if I tried to get into basketball like that right now. That would be my arc. And I don't think the world needs that. I think Skip gives us all that we need. Skip
one Skip's enough. One Skip's enough.
Yeah. we don't need more Skips.
No more Skips.
And that would mean you would have to become Shannon Sharp, and that's a whole other bag of worms. Or can of worms, whatever the fuck the expression is. Bag of worms.
It's a whole other bag of worms, man.
Listen, I'm going to start using that. I'm going to make that a thing so I don't look as stupid as I just did.
You were the first to say it.
I'm a trendsetter, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. But yeah, like, genuinely speaking, I hate LeBron James. And if he came to the Bulls, if him and his son came to the Bulls, I couldn't do it.
Moral of the story.
I couldn't. Moral of the story. I would rather the Bulls suck than employ LeBron James. I watched Chandler Hutchinson and Denzel Valentine and who else? Cam Payne, Ryan Arcidiacono, Paul Zipser. I followed all of those guys. I can deal with some more years of suckage if it means I don't have to see LeBron put on the red and black and white and whatever other fucking colors the Bulls wear now because the city uniforms.
Gold sometimes.
Gold sometimes, light blue sometimes because of the city uniforms, which the city uniforms are usually pretty heat. Or no, the Bulls uniforms, the city uniforms this year are really simple. They almost kind of look like practice jerseys, but with text on them, and I like it.
Like, every single city jersey is the same thing.
I'm a sucker for simple jerseys.
Yeah.
Like the Celtics, theirs are real simple too, aren't they?
The city ones?
Yeah.
This year's? Craziest thing, I literally just bought a Celtics city jersey and it arrived today. It's still in its packaging. I might just pull out and can I flex that real quick? I'm going to flex.
Yeah, go ahead. Live unpackaging. All right, what are the bets on who it's going to be? I'm thinking Jaylen Brown. Not Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I was wrong. Who the hell wears 36? Oh, it's a Marcus Smart jersey. Oh my god. This guy. A Marcus Smart jersey.
I jumped on a crazy deal. It was like $50 for it.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I respect paying full price for a Marcus Smart jersey. I just don't know if it's a smart investment.
No, it's $50.
Yeah. Like I get it. Trust me, I want to get a jersey of a player that's probably not going to be on the Bears next year. So like, I get it. But like, full price, $50. That's different. That's different. I respect it. And those jerseys are nice. They are really nice.
I really like them. I like them a lot more than I thought I would. Considering the Celtics, I think, have some of the worst jerseys in the league.
Really?
Because they just don't change them. They've been the same jerseys.
I respect it, though.
So
like, I like it when teams that have history stick with that history and don't try to get fancy and change shit.
Yeah.
Like Chicago's had the same jerseys for the Bears have had the same jerseys for years and years and years. And the Bulls, I think they should go back to what they used to have, like the cursive text on the jerseys and shit.
Yeah.
That was clean.
But like the thing is, I'm like sitting here and I'm like sitting in my car, like looking out a window, and I'm driving past all these like really sick jerseys that like these teams are coming out with, like the Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys, which is a throwback. But they look sick, and like the Chicago's, I think, City jerseys last year were really sick, and I would have been like,
the black and the gold.
Yeah, if I was a Bulls fan, I'm grabbing that.
I have
grabbing that. Of course.
Hold on. Let me flex.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it is Zach LaVine, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong, and it's going to be super embarrassing, but I'm pretty
Waste of money. This was not worth it in hindsight. Clean jersey. I love how it looks.
Yeah.
But he sucks. And then, to make things even worse, I got one of these too. He's even worse.
He's even worse, and he's gone.
He's not gone yet.
He will be gone.
He's not gone yet. Unless I missed something. I don't think he's gone yet.
He's. I mean, if we're saying that the only person that they should keep is Io, then he probably will be gone.
Yeah. I mean, he will be gone, but he's still there for now.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm being totally honest, the Kobe White jersey's fake. So, paid like $25 for it.
Jesus, man.
Still looks good, though. Like, listen, I have no qualms about buying fake basketball jerseys.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're cool, but I'm not dedicated. I'm not, all in. Football jerseys, I'd never buy a fake football jersey. But basketball, no problems. The LaVine jersey's real, though. And all my Jordan jerseys are real because I've got 3 of those. Yeah. Jeez. 2 Bulls ones and a UNC one.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're thorough with that.
Oh, yeah. The only basketball player I give a shit about. Retired a year before I was born. Yeah. 2 years before I was born, whenever it was. Actually, that's not true. The only other basketball player I care about is Jimmy Butler, and his jerseys are like impossible to find.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I don't know. I'd get a Heat jersey, like the Miami Vice, Jimmy Butler.
Oh, yeah. That's another jersey that I was super jealous of because they like were pumped. Like the past 4 years, they've pumped out like sick jersey after sick jersey, and I hate the Heat. Yeah. So I hated that they were doing the Heat.
See, that's what I'd do. If the Bulls sign LeBron James, I'm a Heat fan. Wait, no, because LeBron James played for the Heat. I can't do that.
You got to back out of that.
I'll be a Mavericks fan.
It's an interesting That's an interesting.
I love Luka, and Dirk dogged on LeBron. So did Jason Terry. Never forget, LeBron got outplayed by Jason Terry in the finals.
That's true.
That is a thing that happened. And it wasn't prime Jason Terry either. He was like 40.
Yeah, he was 40.
Pushing 40.
Everybody on that team was 40. Everyone on that team could not run. The max 40 time on that team was probably 8.7 seconds or something.
Yeah, but the big 3 came to town and got their shit rocked. LeBron's a bitch.
Big 3 and Mario Chalmers. Sorry, Mario Chalmers.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Mario Chalmers existed until this very moment.
I never forget his name because I always just like laughed when I was playing 2K back in the day. I would just laugh at his name because his name was Mario, and I was a little kid, so I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, no, I forgot he existed. Who was the other point guard? Didn't they have another
Norris Cole.
That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but that's definitely another one they had.
It's very niche.
I'm trying to think. I would always sub somebody in from. No, I would sub Ray Allen in for Mario Chalmers when I played on 2K. If they made me play as the Heat, that's what I'd do. That's where I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
But I thought there was another point guard there too. I don't know. Who were other players that played for that team? Shane Battier?
Birdman. I don't even know his real name.
Chris Anderson. How do I know that? I know Birdman, but I don't think I could name every player on the Bulls right now.
I couldn't name every player on the Celtics. I could like 2 years ago, and then I was.
Well, see, that's embarrassing because you actually care.
Oh, I care I care more than you do. I don't care as much as like.
You just bought a jersey.
I know.
You
I
care enough to
know.
buy
I
a
know.
jersey, and you can't name the entire team.
Care enough to buy a jersey. Like going to a
I can-
Celtics game in Boston is like a bucket list thing.
Right. Yeah. See, this is why being a football fan's harder, because I don't have to memorize 13 to 15 players. I have to memorize 53.
Yeah.
And I could tell you every single player that's on the Bears right now. I'm not going to do it because nobody wants to listen to me rattle off 53 names.
I was going to say that's going to take a long time.
But I could definitely do it. I definitely could.
I couldn't for any sport that I watch. Any sport. And I watch 3 regularly.
Oh, there's a... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No. You were going to say a thing. You never get to bring up things. Go for it.
I was such a big sports fan like 2 years ago. I knew every Celtics player. I knew every player on Chelsea. I didn't watch football, so I don't think that counted.
Right.
But, now I've just lost it, you know?
Yeah.
I've just completely, totally lost it. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what memory. I also knew a lot of actors. Like, I took pride in that. Don't know any of them anymore. Don't know what happened.
See, you did the smart thing with your brain that I did not do. And you were like, I'm going to go grow up and like try to be an adult, even though you're not even, you're not graduated high school yet, but like you can drive, I can't. And that's like a big thing. That's the only thing I can think of, but like that's a big one. In my defense, though, have I ever told my driving story on here before? Like what happened when I failed my permit test?
No, you haven't.
I've told you before, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. So, for anyone that doesn't know, when I went to take my permit test, it was during COVID. So, or not permit test, sorry, my driving test. I already had my permit. So the driving test during COVID, they didn't have me go out on the actual road. It was a closed course, and I was the only person in the car. Should have been easy. Should have been a fucking walk in the park. And I go through the course. I get all the way up to the last point, and the driving instructor who's outside of the car says to me, okay, put your car in reverse, pull up this hill, and we'll get you your license. Literally all I had to do. Well, I was driving my grandmother's car. In my grandmother's car, the gas and the brake are not only extremely close together because she's a rather small woman, but both pads are also incredibly sensitive. And I'm a big man. I'm a hefty individual. And there's a lot of power in these thighs. There's a lot of power in these legs. So the lightest touch of my foot, that shit's going. I went to put my foot on the brake and missed and hit the gas. I go up over this curb that's in front of me. My driving instructor, who is standing in front of my car, has to dive out of the way. And then the car gets stuck. That's the only reason the car stopped, was because it got stuck, because I froze. As soon as that car went forward, I froze completely. I didn't think to hit the brake. I didn't think to do anything. I just froze. Car gets stuck. I sit there frozen, and the lady comes over and goes, "Can you get your mother?" And because my grandmother was there with me because my mom was working. And I have never apologized more to an individual in my entire life. I thought I was going to get sued. I thought I genuinely hurt this woman. She was perfectly fine. Like, she moved out of the way in the nick of time, but like she was totally fine. So I fucked that up. And that messed with me. And so I had to wait a little bit. And I went back like the next week to take it again. And when I went to take it again, I got a different driving instructor. And it was this older dude who was clearly just not having a good day. He was very clearly pissed off at the world. And when I was taking the test again with him standing outside of the car, he was being an asshole, very blunt. One of the things I had to do was I had to back into a parking spot, and the parking spot was, marked off by cones. The exhaust coming out of the tailpipe of the car knocked over a cone. Plain as day. Car didn't touch it. It was the tailpipe. The fucking exhaust from the tailpipe knocked it over. He failed me. I failed my driver's test the second time because the exhaust fumes coming from the tailpipe of the car fucked everything over. And then since then, there's just been, a mountain of shit going on that has prevented me from being able to go back and take my license or my test again. So I am almost through my third semester of college. I'm going to be 20 in February, and I do not have my driver's license.
You don't need it.
I kind of do because I have to go to school 20 minutes away every day. Thankfully, a good friend of mine, well, I don't know if it would still be a good friend of ours. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at, but like she takes me to school every day, thankfully. But I don't know if that's going to work next semester because my schedule is like very weird and very specific. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to have to break down to get my license. Yeah. Let me. It's 20-minute drive. So how far of a walk do we think that would be?
3-hour walk, probably.
Yeah, and as I said, I am a husky individual with asthma.
It's also constantly uphill.
Constantly uphill, freezing cold when we first go back because it'll be early January.
Are you off school right now?
No.
Oh,
I get out. Yeah. The 14th is my last day, so I got 2 weeks left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I'm out for. It'll be till the beginning of January, like the first or second week in January. We get like almost a whole month off for Christmas or for winter break.
That makes me so mad.
You guys get what, like a week, if that?
It's the 22nd this year to the 2nd of January. It's
rough.
Like 10 days.
Damn.
I can't believe.
When do you get out?
I get out May 18th, I think.
Okay.
No, May. Yes.
Yeah, my graduation was the 27th, 26th.
Oh my god.
One or the other. So we must have gotten out way later than y'all did, or you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get out in April, I think. Mid to late April.
Are you serious?
I think.
I hate college. I hate college so much.
Try attending it. Dude, listen, I need to go on a little rant real quick. So one of my classes, it's Introduction to Digital Media Literacy, which is just learning about media and specifically focusing on, I guess not specifically focusing on anything because we've talked about everything. Newspapers, magazines, radio, TV, film, podcasts, YouTube, like everything. Like fucking David Dobrik was in one of my textbooks. That's how recent we're talking. Yeah. Sheesh. Like all the way up. One of our last assignments was a group project where we were assigned groups and we were assigned a topic and we had to argue why our medium was the best for advertising. And my group got radio. So we had to argue against somebody who represented newspaper, somebody who represented TV, and somebody who represented the internet. So like already, everything's against us because
crazy.
The internet. Luckily, we lucked out though because it was radio and recording, so like podcasts were thrown into. So cool, I guess. But anyways, the main point of this is it was a group of 5 people. We made a group text and we made a Google Doc so we could all fill out information. We got a sheet with a bunch of questions on it that we were going to be asked. We each took so many questions. We had to answer those and throw them in. And we were all going to debate. That was the big assignment. Well, 2 out of the 5 people filled out the Google Doc, me being one of them, obviously. And when we showed up to class, 2 people were there, me and somebody who wasn't the other person that filled out the Google Doc. So I had to bullshit the entire thing myself, which was fine. We weren't graded on the debate. We were more graded on our contribution because at the end, he gave us all papers to evaluate our group members. And part of me was like, it's college. I could be really nice here and just be like, we each did 20% or whatever. But I was so heated that I had to fight for my life over radio by myself that I said, fuck it. And I said, I did like 70% of the work. Somebody else did 30. And then the people that weren't there did 0%. And the other person that was there, that was basically like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to have to carry us. He was like, I'm going to write down that nobody else did anything either. So me and that guy are going to get, whatever grade we're going to get. And then the other 3 people in our group are going to fail. And it's like a big project. I think it was worth like 20% of our grade.
Oh my God.
And the sad thing is, it was pretty much fucking participation.
Yeah.
Like I said, we weren't evaluated on the debate itself. We weren't evaluated on our points that we brought up. We were evaluated on how our group members thought we performed. And like, it doesn't get much easier than that. Just show up. Literally just show up. If they would have just shown up, it would have been completely different, But they didn't even have the audacity to show up to a 10 a.m. class on a Tuesday. It wasn't even like it was a bad time. 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's light work.
Yeah, it's light work. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so be prepared for people not giving a shit when you get to college, by the way. That's a thing.
Very excited.
Yeah. Have you applied anywhere yet?
Frostburg.
Okay.
It's so weird though, because like it's like a whole like process. I feel like they should make it easier if they want to get your money, but it's a whole convoluted thing. It's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah. See, I lucked out because I don't have to pay for shit because financial aid is amazing. So
it's hard.
Yeah, I haven't paid for a single class, and like I said, I'm about to finish my 3rd semester here.
Sheesh.
Or there. I'm not there right now.
Here.
Yeah, here. I
in the library.
Imagine recording this podcast in the fucking library on campus. People are trying to study for finals. I gotta be quiet. That's the other thing too. I haven't had to take a real final yet. Like, yeah, I had all of my finals have just been like, not even, not all encompassing exams, just like the last couple chapters of our lessons, and it's online, or it's a couple days before the semester ends. I haven't had to go in at a specific time for a specific class and do an exam if it wasn't a normal class time yet. And I have to do that this semester, but it's like 20 days worth of material, if that, because it's just, or I'm sorry, not 20 days, like 2 weeks worth of material, because it's a, one of those ones where it's just the last couple chapters.
Yeah.
And I have to go in after another one of my classes, so it's not even out of the way. Like, I've gotten so lucky so far, and I don't think that's going to change next semester, which is awesome. Unless my intro to theater class is going to have me go in for an exam, but it's an online class, so I doubt it.
It's a real backbreaker, I hear.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's something you'll be taking, won't it?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Theater's fun. I miss it.
You got to do it.
I know I got to do it. I've got myself on a kick again where I've been listening to Heathers nonstop. I've been hooked.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's great. It's fantastic. Apparently, I was told somebody that we know personally is putting it on at a local theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
We've talked about it. We haven't, but me and the guy that we know have talked about it.
Oh, really?
So I've known about that for a while.
Yeah, see, I found out the other day from someone that isn't that guy because I haven't actually spoken to him since he graduated.
Yeah.
Which is weird considering I go to school. Well, I guess it's different with college. Yeah. I was going to say,
you don't really go to school with anybody. You just like are droning to a different spot.
I'm sometimes within like a 20-mile radius of him. Sometimes.
That is a good definition.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's dope as hell. I probably won't audition. It was dope as hell. I'll go see it.
I won't audition, but I'll see it.
I'll go see it. I don't know. I just don't see a role for myself in that. That's the big thing. I don't.
You don't see a role for yourself?
Not in Heathers, no.
Kurt or Ram or one of the gay dads? You don't. What are you talking about?
I knew you would say it. No, Kurt or Ram, definitely not. I don't have the. I I don't know. I don't have the physique to pull it off. Have you seen the show performed?
Yeah.
Do I need to elaborate
That's
further
the quarterback.
on that?
Ram's a lineman. He can be
Right,
whatever.
not
Ram can be whatever he wants.
linebacker.
Oh, he
Don't get it
literally is a
twisted.
linebacker. He
He's
literally
a
is a linebacker.
linebacker, not a lineman. There's a difference.
Theater people don't know the difference. Is the thing.
I'll know the difference.
You just be sitting there and be like, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'll be cringing at myself for having to switch positions.
It's my fault. The whole show's changed.
I have changed the entire show, and I hate myself for it.
Oh my goodness.
No, seriously though, I'll definitely end up going to see it, but I am not going. I cannot imagine I'll audition for it.
I can't even believe that. Can't even believe that.
Why?
Because I've like as soon as I heard it was happening, I was like, I'm gonna do that. I don't care what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that. I should say. I'm gonna audition for that. I'm gonna audition for that.
He says try to do it like he won't be a shoe-in.
I hope
Funny.
not. I need to get rid of this whole thing that okay, never mind. I'm taking it back.
What do you have a theater ego? Is that what you're trying to say?
I have a pretty large theater ego.
He's fucking theater. Who doesn't?
Because I'm a dude in theater. They're like,
right. Exactly.
They're just like, oh, you're great. Please stay. Please stay.
Right. You're a dude in theater that knows what they're doing. Like
that's diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough. Oh yeah. I mean, that only applies to one of the two people on this podcast. So
you, right?
No, dude, I've been out of the game for too long. It's all left my brain. I'm rusty. Rusted. I'm way too rusty. I'm not going to do that. That would be a joke that only you would get, and it would be way too cringy to everybody else. So we're just going to move on.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I will audition. Maybe you'll convince me by the time it comes around. I don't even know what it is.
Everyone in the comments say it. Tell them to audition.
All 3 people that watch this.
All 3 people that watch it. All 0 people that comment.
Right. Please. The phantom comments.
Oh my goodness.
Our podcast is dead.
I was gonna say we gotta figure this out.
Well, it's just a time thing. We just gotta let it build itself back up. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I gotta start putting everything on Spotify again. I gotta get around to doing that. Once I'm out of classes, I'll be able to do a lot more of that. Yeah. And I'll have to go on a promotion spree. That's something in the how-to podcast videos I've watched on YouTube. They highly recommend that you go on other podcasts, be funny, and then promote your podcast at the end.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, I love this guy. Let's check it out.
Except the only problem is the only podcast I ever go on is Geeks, and I'm on there for 3 hours. And by the time it gets to the point of like, do you want to plug your podcast? Everyone's gone.
Everyone's long gone. There's crickets and cobwebs.
Yeah. See, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should. Like, I'm like audition. Like, now that I'm thinking about it,
you should audition. You should audition.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I could pull off. I think the dads would be my best bet. And I don't know if I could pull that off because like actual dads can audition when it's community theater, right?
No. When me and this anonymous person were talking, he said that he's keeping it to like 16 to 23 range.
Well, see, that's different. Because as far as 16 to 23-year-olds go, I'm a rather old-looking 16 to 23-year-old.
Exactly. So you're like you're like number 1 choice for dad.
The only thing is, I don't want to kiss a man.
I don't think they kiss. They just
yes, they do. And every version of the show I've seen, they full-on make out, grab ass, jump up into each other's arms, like go crazy with it.
And I did not know that actually.
Yeah,
a little bit of a loop there.
Yeah, since I've gotten on this kick, I've probably watched 3 or 4 different productions of it that are like the top tier ones.
They all do.
Every single there's a very vivid moment when when the ensemble's singing. The one I can't remember their names or whose dad's who, but the one grabs the other and will like throw his leg up around him, and while his leg's around him, the other one grabs his ass. Like every version of it I've seen, that's how they do it.
That's fine.
And it's not fine. It is not fine. Like, listen, I get the stereotype that the theater people, especially the males, are not the straightest bunch.
Yeah,
Not me.
Not quite as straight as an arrow.
Right, but not me. That does not apply to me.
Yeah, me neither. I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, I would say for the most part,
it's not true. But then you all have
in our experience. But we're also in like a little bullshit redneck town in the middle of Western Maryland. So like,
yeah, a little pocket.
Not the best example.
That's a nice little dome over our heads.
Right, a nice little sheltered area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I said that I've the first time I listened to Dead Girl Walking, I cried?
Cried?
The sex song, yeah, I cried.
Why did that make you cry? That song's fucking badass.
That's what I'm saying. When something's really cool to me, like in a movie or a video game or in a song or something, I cannot control myself.
This man is really in touch with his feelings. This is true. I mean, yeah, this is not news, but like,
and
we've known this.
There's another musical called Legally Blonde, and like there's Legally Blonde.
Isn't the girl who played Veronica in Legally Blonde, or is that Mean Girls?
That's Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. I knew it was one of the other bitchy white girl musicals. Anyways, one of the other ones.
It's
As a side note, she's fucking awesome, by the way.
Barry Wilbert.
Yes.
Weed?
Yes, I believe so. She's fucking awesome.
Queen. Sorry. It's like Mean Girls, Be More Chill, Dear Evan Hansen, Heathers, Legally Blonde. There's like a 5.
Yeah.
5 solid ones. But yeah, like for Legally Blonde, there's the reprise, like it's not the finale, but it's like I watch it on YouTube, and this girl hits this like crazy high note at the end, and I just sit there, and I have like I'm one goosebump. I turn into one goosebump.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're crying. I think your eyes are bleeding from high frequencies.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that sounds like I'm being disrespectful to people that can sing really high notes. That's not what I mean. I just mean sometimes that shit can hurt when it's too high.
Yeah. But
like that's not an insult. That's just a fact.
Yeah, I mean, like if somebody's singing like that high, they're just like.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive as shit.
It's impressive, but like don't sing it too close to my ear, or
right.
I will lose
Do it on like the other side of that field.
But yeah, something's really cool, or like I get goosebumps a lot from it. I will just start crying. Like when I went to see Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway.
Right, you told me this. Yeah.
I did not stop crying the entire time, the entire show from the beginning. He literally opens up his laptop and the light is on his face and everything else is blackout, and I was like, woohoo, woohoo. So yeah, I was sitting there. I had like probably peanut butter crackers, and I was eating them, and I was listening to it because our really tall girlfriend that is in my grade,
right,
told me to watch it. So I was not watch it, listen to it. So I was listening to it, and the song comes on, and I'm like, oh, this is the sex song, and then it keeps going, and I'm like, I start crying. I'm just like weeping in the back corner of my living room, listening to this song.
Okay, so how did you react to 17 and I Am Damaged then?
Well, 17, I was just sitting. I think I'm kind of over 17, because I've heard it so much.
Okay, but that didn't make you the song that's actually supposed to invoke that emotion.
No,
didn't make you cry.
I am damaged. I'm just that's the type of song where I'm just sitting there. And I'm just like full body goosebumps.
Okay.
Like those are the types of songs that make me want to play the role.
Okay.
But like Dead Girl Walking, I'm just like, I want to watch this so bad.
Yeah.
I would kill to watch this.
Dude, like speaking of that, JD would be such a fun fucking role to play.
Exactly.
But I do not have the capability. I do not have the facilities for that.
Not many men do. Many men do.
Like I didn't think it was as high as it is.
No.
And then I was listening to Meant to Be Yours earlier today. And
That song slaps.
So good, so good. And I was the only one like around, so I was like, oh, I'll try to sing it. And then it got to the part where the music kind of chills down. He gets like melodic, and it actually sounds like very beautiful. I was like, oh, okay, no, I cannot do that.
Okay, so we're done.
We're done here. There goes that idea. We're done here.
Oh my god, yeah.
Such a good show. We were supposed to talk about Kanye West.
Yeah, and soccer.
Yeah, and soccer. The US got eliminated. That's all I give a shit about.
Hell. I mean, it was really cool to see so many people get into it. But like we played terrible today. Like awful. It really seemed like we didn't want to win for some reason. So we just got exposed. But everybody on our team is like 24, basically.
So we're just in the midst of the rebuild.
Exactly. And like there's something in the World Cup called the golden age, and it's like when your players are fully developed.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean you're good, because like Canada had their golden age this year and they didn't make it out of qualifying. But like
I had fucking Canada. Common Canada, L.
Yeah, facts. But then like our players are actually like really good. Like considering they're all super young and they made it past the qualifying round.
You want to know how I know that the US had good players this year?
How?
I learned the name of one of them.
Who?
Pulisic. Is that how you say it?
Close.
How do you say it?
Pulisic.
Pulisic?
Yeah. Christian Pulisic.
He
plays for Chelsea.
Okay.
Plays for Chelsea.
I really don't care. If he's not on Team USA, I didn't ask. If he's not on Team USA, he's not even. I didn't learn how to say his name correctly, but I learned his name, and that should speak volumes.
Yeah, Captain America, they call him.
Yeah, that's why I learned his name. Because somebody posted a picture of him and was like, Captain America's going to die for your sins. And I was like, well, I guess I got to learn this guy's name. He's going to get the moniker of Steve fucking Rogers. Didn't he like get hurt really bad in his male area?
No, it's his abs, like his lower abs.
So I was told it was his nuts. I was told he sacrificed his children for this country.
He almost did. It was like 2 inches off.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
It looked like he sacrificed his children.
I was going to say, because I saw a TikTok today that was a slideshow of just all these soccer players, and it was like children sacrificed for country, 0, 0, 0. And then it got to Pulisic. Is that how you say his name?
Pulisic.
Pulisic. Damn it. It got to Pulisic, and it said all of them. And it was a picture of him in a hospital bed with his thumb up. I was like, oh, man. You got kicked in the nuts.
Poor guy.
Which is like a soccer cleat to the nuts sounds awful.
It's never happened to me, but it looks and sounds terrible.
Yeah, but yeah, the U.S. got eliminated, so now I can stop caring about soccer again for how long?
4 years.
4 years. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Noted. Okay. Yeah. So who did we even lose to? We lost to some fucking European country, right?
We lost to Netherlands.
The Netherlands? We lost to fucking Peter Pan?
Yeah. We did. We lost to a Minecraft.
That was a really shitty joke that I just made. Yours was better.
I wanted to move it. I wanted to move past it.
Yours was better. Yours was so much better. We lost to a bunch of wither skeletons and ghasts, is what I'm hearing. And a couple blazes. And then what are the... They changed them. They're not pigmen anymore. Piglins. Right, piglins. I got to use the politically correct preferred term now.
Oh, did you see the interview with the U.S.'s captain?
No, I didn't see the interview with the U.S.'s captain. You're asking too much of me. I kind of learned one of the players' names, and I knew that the U.S. was playing. What more do you want from me?
It was fairly large news. This Iranian reporter, he asked the captain. He said he corrected him because we had been pronouncing it Iran, and they said, first of all, for the record, it's Iran. So let's cut it with that. It's Iran. You're saying our name wrong. And so like that's out of nowhere. This guy's like 22, by the way.
Please tell me you said it's Iran now. Like after they won, they said it's Iran now.
I mean, I'm guessing about 150,000 people on Twitter said that, but he didn't.
I did see people on Twitter say that. I kind of wanted that to originate from somewhere other than fucking no names on Twitter.
But then Tyler, the guy's name's Tyler Adams, the captain. He's the guy asked him. He said, "Because you're a person of color, how does it feel to be representing a country that has historically hated people of color?"
Fucking owned him.
Yeah, he owned them, but
That's
like,
awesome.
Why are you? The thing is, like, why are you asking that question to this kid? He's clearly has pride for his country because he's playing for it, and especially in like Qatar, which is like, in comparison, a awful country for civil rights and human rights.
Yeah,
like it's a kind of a like you should be asking like maybe somebody that plays for like Qatar that question, not somebody that is the captain of the United States team that is 22. He completely like his response was incredible.
What'd he say?
I don't know for sure, but he just said like, "I'm sorry for pronouncing your country's name wrong. Whatever, apologize for that." And he said, "Well, it's like where I've grown up, like all that stuff."
Right.
I like completely like.
A good thing he handled it professionally.
Yeah, he was a real professional about it.
Yeah. Now, the it's called Soccer Now thing that actually did get started by Captain America, right? Because he wrote it on his shirt.
I think so. Yeah,
I know he wrote it on his shirt, and that's why I found out who he was.
Yeah.
I forget what I said earlier. I was wrong because I just remembered the soccer thing because of you saying Iran. That's why I found out who he was because I thought that was the greatest thing ever.
It's hilarious.
And we did end up beating England, right?
It was a 0-0 draw, but
so we're just as good as England at the sport that they created.
The thing is, it's a win for us, but it's a loss for them type of tie, you know?
Right. Like, think about this for a minute. How many Super Bowls have they won?
None. 0.
How many SEC championships have they won?
None. 0.
How many NBA championships have they
0.
won?
None.
How many March Madness tournaments have they won?
0.
So who's really winning out here?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you want a fucking crumpet, mate? Shut the fuck up. You're not real.
Sit down.
Sit your ass down. Before we throw it back to 1776 in this bitch.
I loved those TikToks, by the way, where it was like a sub coming on in the 60th minute. The score 17-0 to England, and it's like George Washington, and it says like final score 1776. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah, see. Oh my god. That was the big thing with the World Cup for me as someone who doesn't give a shit about soccer is I loved all the jokes to come out of it because they were pretty much just all fuck Britain.
Exactly.
Which, like, yes.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Keep that up.
I'm a fucking Revolutionary War slut. Like, I love that shit. Sorry, I accidentally channeled my inner mutual tall female friend of ours. Her energy. That's something she would say. Like, about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, she would say that.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about the same individual who referred to me as a sexy Nazi during the show where I had to wear a Nazi coat, which is a great segue into talking about how Kanye West is now a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, what is going on?
I don't know.
I thought he got like hacked at first because like it was only Twitter first, right?
Yeah, no, he got his Twitter account back because Elon bought Twitter and unbanned him. And like one of the first things he said was he was going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people, which what the fuck came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was like he got hacked because he's saying like the most outlandish things.
See, I didn't think he got hacked because it's Kanye.
Yeah,
like
of course.
We know he's going to say the most outlandish shit. It's just, it's never been. No, I don't want to say it's never been hateful before, but like it's more hateful now
by a long shot
because it goes from. Now I see, the slavery was a choice is also pretty fucking hateful now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So he's just moved on. He's picked a different group to target like that because. What was it he said? He said everybody adds value to life, even Hitler, or something like that. something about adding value to life.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Genuinely, he's gone full anti-Semite.
The things he said on Alex Jones, right? That's the guy's name.
Yeah, the fucking dude who's about to file for bankruptcy because he fucked around with Sandy Hook and made a bunch of outlandish claims about that because he's in a shit ton of debt. Kanye just went with him and
looked like he was the worst person out of the two of them.
Yeah. But he made graduation. That was trending on Twitter the other day. But he made graduation.
Oh my god.
It's like I saw somebody the other day. Do you know who Andrew Schultz is by chance?
Andrew Schultz.
He's a comedian.
I've heard of him before. Probably seen him in a tag on a TikTok or something.
Right. Yeah, he's the guy that his entire career is basically made off of crowd work, where he just picks somebody out of the audience and says the most outlandish shit to them possible. But like you can tell he's just, it doesn't come off in a hateful way. It's very much like he'll bring up the most goofy stereotype possible and then laugh with the most genuine, annoying laugh possible. And it's very infectious. He went on a podcast and he was talking about Kanye. And he said that something to the effect of Kanye found out that he's a better producer than he is a speaker. Because if you think about it, when Kanye was producing music, he was very good at remixing things. He would take old songs and mash them together and make things that, you would never think to listen to a piece of a song from the 1940s, but now it's thrown in and Jay-Z's rapping over it, and it's like, oh shit, it's this beautiful piece of music. And now Kanye is trying to do the same thing with rhetoric, where he's trying to sound smart by taking outlandish claims that nobody would ever agree with and trying to twist them into a more positive frame of mind, which would explain the Hitler adds value and slavery was a choice because he's trying to add like a positive spin on it in his own twisted way. But because Kanye's a music producer and not a public speaker or a trained speaker or a philosopher or some genius, he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So rather than coming off as this new work that's very smart, and to add on to that, like the ideas he's coming up with aren't his own. Like these are things that have been said before. It's just because it's Kanye, it gets more attention and it looks crazier because instead of some crazy neo-Nazi white guy saying it, it's one of the most famous black men in the world. And he's coming out and saying this racist, anti-Semitic bullshit.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's smarter than he is, and he thinks he's taking ideas that are bad and making them good, but in reality, he's just making himself look like a hateful jackass and ruining any legacy he had.
Yeah.
Like, I love Kanye's music. I always have. Me and you have talked about Kanye's music for hours. I took every Kanye song off my phone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Because like for somebody like Michael Jackson, who was like terrible in real life, like you can still kind of separate him from his music. And like to an extent, I think that you kind of do that with like every artist. Well, somebody like Kanye, who has like been saying that type of stuff, he hasn't been saying that type of stuff for like a long time, but like long enough where it's becoming like a real issue, and his influence
and it's starting to seep into his music as well as the big thing.
Exactly.
Like, how long is it before Kanye puts out a song and praises Hitler?
Exactly.
Or, oh my goodness, or shits on Jewish people or something of that sort. Like with Michael Jackson, like you said, it's easy to separate because Michael Jackson wasn't singing songs about touching little boys, and R. Kelly isn't singing songs about having sex with underage girls, and Chris Brown isn't singing about beating up Rihanna. It's still not okay, but like logistically, it's easier to separate the music from the artist. Whereas with Kanye, his entire career is based off of his thoughts and how he thinks and how he feels. And you can see that sort of craziness start to seep into his music. And it's only a matter of time before it gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it's just so shitty. And I mean, I'm not a therapist, so I don't want to go out there and say he's off his meds. He needs to go back on his meds. I don't know. I don't know if he really thinks he's doing the right thing or saying smart things, or if he is off his meds, or if he's just being fed bullshit by his PR team. I saw somebody suggest that he's trying to pull a Trump because he announced he's running for president again. So he's trying to be as controversial as possible to get media attention, and then he's going to use that in his favor when he's running for president. That wouldn't shock me either. Because, like, from what we've seen, Kanye's well, I'm going to say for now, was a smart dude. Kanye was a genius, both musically and with his ability to promote his music and his ability, just like hearing him speak about his music. I'll change it completely. Musically, he's a genius. And it seemed for a while like that music or that genius in music might seep into just being a very smart individual, but it doesn't seem like that.
Yeah.
It just seems like he's an ignorant sack of shit at this point.
Exactly.
It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because, like, this dude wrote Gold Digger, and now I can't listen to that anymore.
This dude wrote Black Skinhead. Can't listen to it.
I'm not as big of a fan of that one.
I like
Champion.
I like Black Skinhead because it did say stuff like it's actually like the lyrics are like pretty like hard hitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like about like I think it's about like disrespectful behavior to black people. I don't know for sure, but it might be about like slavery and all that stuff.
Or like even his newest album, Donda, was great. I loved a lot of the music off of that. Fucking Jail went hard. Hurricane, Remote Control. I can confidently say that's one song off a Kanye album I can still listen to is Moon, which is great because Kanye's not on that. That's all Kid Cudi, and that song's so good.
Cudi's fantastic.
Cudi's amazing. See, that's the lesson here. We should have listened when Cudi gave up on him. We should have listened a couple years ago when J. Cole called him out. But we were too foolish.
Yep.
Oh my God. What was that fucking J. Cole song? He literally called Kanye out on it, but didn't say his name. And he was talking about how he used to be his idol and now he can't stand him. Oh my God, what's it called? False Prophets.
Oh,
called False Prophets. Yeah. It's ridiculous. See, double moral of the story here. This is why we need to abandon mainstream music and just listen to musical theater. God, that wasn't even that was bad. I'm not that bad of a theater kid, I promise. Oh fuck! I broke my pen.
No,
I broke the
little
thingy off of it.
The little part.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, we're over an hour. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Did we miss anything?
I'm good, personally.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
I forgot to ask you a question for this. Andrew, what's your favorite song from Heathers?
From Heathers?
Yeah. That's your question for the day.
It's weird, you know, because like I like different songs for different reasons. I think Blue.
Right.
I think Blue is probably the funniest musical theater song.
Oh my God, yes.
In the whole medium.
Yeah. The only shitty thing about that song is it's got a terrible message.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And
but it's
also cut from any like performances of Heathers from like a certain point onward, to my understanding. Like they replaced it with another song.
Really?
Yeah, and the song, I mean, it's still the same kind of vibe. It's just they let Veronica kind of take over, and she gets to make a complete idiot out of Kurt and Ram instead of just kind of walking away from them.
That's better.
Right. Like it's the same idea. It's just they fixed the premise. You know, it's no longer like, oh look, date rape. Haha. It's like, oh look, date rape is gonna happen, but Veronica's kind of badass and tells them to go away, and then leaves them to go face first into cow manure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see,
and then they die.
Yeah, and then they shoot, and then JD shoots him. But anyways,
Yeah.
I've only listened to it on the soundtrack, so I did not know any of that stuff happened. I just said
I only know about it because I watched Roku did like an actual recorded version of Heathers in front of a live studio audience, and they changed it. And I was like, why the fuck are they not singing Blue? So I looked it up and found out. I promise I'm not a Heathers fanatic. I just picked up on little things while I was watching different performances.
Yeah, that's fun. It's a funny song. Didn't know any of that
Great
stuff
song.
happened. Never mind.
Yeah.
Meant
I
to
mean,
be
it still
yours.
exists. Great song.
I think that's like, oh my god, it's peak. It's fantastic.
All the emotions that go through that song are fucking insane.
I mean, JD is one of my dream roles because he just is so unhinged. He is a lunatic. He's a loony.
He is a lunatic.
Especially in that song, he goes
And
off.
and the cool thing about that role too is there's so many ways you can take it.
Yeah.
Like the original dude, Ryan McCarthan, he was very much like the calm and collected lunatic, kind of like a full-on sociopath. Whereas I've seen performances specifically of that song where people just go full unhinged and like start screaming through the song and go fucking ballistic. Like one dude, I never pay attention to the names. I just know Ryan McCarthan because that's fucking Diggy from Liv and Maddie.
Yeah, it was so weird. Anyway.
Yeah, it's awesome. This one kid, he screams through like the last "Meant to Be Yours" part, and then when it cuts to Veronica, open the door, he like goes from screaming to like real calm, and then like you hear the "Can we not fight anymore?" There's like a little break in his voice, like he's crying. It's like, holy shit! How did you change that quickly?
Yeah, and I think that's really that's the beauty of JD. He's like if you play him like on a surface level, he's like crazy, but like underneath, there's like the trauma that he went through, like with his dad, and like how his life is torn apart, and like Veronica sees that. That's why he takes to Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
and she enables him throughout the whole thing, and is also not a great person.
that's like the worst part of Heathers. Like Veronica gets off scot-free, and she is an assistant to murder on 4 counts.
4?
I think. Well, with JD as well, because she just like allows him.
I guess
I over exaggerated. It's 3, but yeah.
No, you can make the argument that it's 4. I kind of forgot about the whole JD thing for a split second. Yeah, because both Kurt and Ram and Heather and JD. Yeah, make the argument there's 4. Yeah. See, my favorite personally is Freeze Your Brain. It's fucking perfect.
Go, and especially like that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can on the face level of that song, you can just play it like he's a lunatic, or you can play it like he's like, it's just his life. It's just how it goes. It's not him. It's his environment that is.
I mean, the premise of the song is you have a horribly damaged kid who, jokes about his mom dying halfway through the song. And he copes with his trauma and the voices in his head that tell him to off himself by giving himself brain freezes with slushies at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a fucked up song, but it's so good. It's a great song. Fantastic song.
Love it.
And listen, great part about that one, at least to my understanding, I'm also not musically trained and I've never seen the sheet music. From hearing it and from singing it myself, it's in my range. So I can enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't have to listen to it and be like, man, I wish I could do that. I can be like, I can kind of do that, and that's fun.
Yeah, I mean,
I take pride in kind of being able to sing some songs for musical theater productions.
Yeah, I mean, JD's a hard role, anyways.
Oh no, he's fucking impossible. I could never do it. I do not have it in. I simply do not have the vocal range to pull off that part. It's fucking incredible.
The craziest thing about that is that Veronica is harder objectively.
Oh my god, yeah.
Beautiful. Oh my god, it's insane. Fight for me.
God, yeah.
Dead Girl Walking reprise. Get out of town. Get out.
Even the original Dead Girl Walking.
Yeah.
Like towards the end, the yes at the end, that last the fucking note. I don't know the specifics, but like it's insane how high that note is.
Yeah. I'm literally getting chills talking about it right now.
Yeah. Show's great.
Show's fantastic. Not my favorite show though, because Veronica is like,
it's kind of up there for me now.
I think
Now that I've
it's
really
like
gotten into it,
3. I've like my whole thing has changed, and I don't know
mine
what's
changes
top and what's
constantly
not.
too.
Because like directly after we said our like top 5 musicals, I did Rent, and I fell in love with Rent so heavy and hard.
Yeah.
And like at this point, like Dear Evan Hansen was top, and I was like, oh, it's definitely Dear Evan Hansen's my number one. But like, it's not very much.
I've never seen Rent or heard any of the music from it.
It's fantastic.
Which I feel so bad for. I really did mean to come to your show.
No,
it just didn't happen. I don't know why.
I've done that before to people, so it's okay.
No, I've done it to the person I mentioned towards the beginning of the episode, but I was like, I don't know what your status is, but I've done that to her quite a few times over the past couple of years, and I feel so bad for it.
No,
it's a big commitment to go to a show.
Yeah,
to take 2 or 3 hours out of your day to go do something, especially when you can't drive.
I mean, that is the big issue.
That is the big issue.
Like, you know the story of the guy that wrote it, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Larson.
Yeah, you literally watched 3090 probably.
It's Tick Tick Boom, but yeah.
Oh, wow, we're talking about 3090.
You fucking moron. 3090 is the opening number.
I know. Oh my God.
Dude, my Spotify Wrapped, by the way. Yeah. 3 of my top 5 songs were Tick Tick Boom. I think I showed you that, didn't I?
Yeah, 3090 is a banger. Anyway,
it's so good. It was that, Boho Days, and I can't remember the other one. Johnny Can't Decide, maybe?
I don't know. My second favorite song in that musical is Therapy, for sure.
That might have been my other one in my top 5. I don't know. It was one of the other ones in that show.
Anyways, it's like, I don't know. It's like a celebration of life, and like that's like it's literally the exact message that I love in like anything. It's like,
isn't it beautiful? Also like super pro LGBT?
Oh my God, yeah,
that's awesome.
Literally, lesbian couple, gay couple. Like it's all about like there's like, Angel's a cross dresser. There's like in the ensemble of the original Broadway performance, there's like gay people, there's like cross dressers, there's trans people. It's fantastic. It's lovely.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's just like, and literally, oh my God, no, the music's fantastic. I don't like people that don't like Rent is what I'm trying to say.
I'm just ignorant to it. I've never heard it.
Trust me. Don't watch the movie either, because it's not very telling of how good it is.
But doesn't the movie have Elsa in it? What's her name?
Idina Menzel. She's also in.
Yeah.
It's so weird because she I think she played it in the original Broadway version which was like 1995 or something like that. Mm-hmm. She played it in a 2008 revival of it, so she was 13 years older than she was.
Well, Broadway,
man.
Broadway.
Makeup,
yeah.
And being 30 feet away from them at least.
And also just being Idina fucking Menzel and having all of the talent in the world.
Queen.
Yeah.
Queen. She's an absolute slay, is what I like to call
her. Oh my God, Andrew. You are spending too much time with high school individuals. Yes, I didn't know where I was going with that.
I know. It's an issue. I am in high school. I will get over it in a couple months. Okay.
No, listen, if it makes you feel any better, I think I'm the only person on this planet that does not unironically use slay at this point. So
you're the last remaining person that doesn't say slay. Oh my God.
I'm the last of the Mohicans. I don't know if you get that joke.
It's a movie, right?
It's a movie, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad always talks about that movie.
I only know that movie from South Park. This is a fucking episode about it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that might have actually been an unintentionally insensitive comment. I don't actually know what that film's about.
It's a Native American tribe, so I think you're getting canceled for that.
Well, no, I got Native American in me. Quite a bit, actually. I don't know the percentage, but like on my mom's side, there's a lot of Native American. So, I don't know. Oh, shit. Well, I guess that's all we've got since we rambled about musicals for a solid 40 out of the 115 minutes that we've
Yeah.
recorded here, which is fine.
They're gonna love
Nobody's-
that.
Oh, they're gonna
The
adore it.
sports fans, they're gonna love that.
Listen, that's my goal. That's one of my goals. With this I want to convert sports fans into theater enjoyers.
Yeah.
Because musical theater is cool. It just gets a bad rap.
Exactly. That should be my job that I am not fulfilling.
Yeah, I want to be Troy Bolton over here.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the movies and like the plays and stuff that I want to review. Speaking of it, I probably shouldn't have brought this up because I'm like completely dropping the ball on this. But the Stranger Things review I promised 15 months ago. I'm trying my hardest.
You got to update it now because there's another season, right?
No, I did it, and it's only the first season. And it's taking me 15 years to write it and even
You're a
get
busy,
to
busy
filming
boy.
it.
That's why.
I'm gonna
busy,
get
busy man now.
I'm
You're
gonna
an
get
adult.
to it. Don't say that. I'm gonna get to it. I just need to get out of the show that I'm in right now.
What show are you in now?
Schoolhouse Rock.
For what?
For the embassy. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what show you're doing at Allegheny?
Annie, get your gun.
I
There's no business like show.
No,
business
I know the song. I just don't like classic theater.
I know, and the crazy thing is, our rival high school is doing Oklahoma. It's the same show.
Yeah.
It's not the same show, but it's like too close, you know? It's way too close.
Listen, I know we said we were gonna wrap up, but like that music teacher, choir director, theater director, she always picks the most interesting shows, doesn't she?
I know it's kind of all over the place, but I like if I was in the same position, I would be doing the same thing. I think.
Yeah, I'm not slandering her by any means. You know, it's her. She's the fucking director. She gets to pick the show. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying her choices are all. My point is, you never know what she's gonna pick.
Yeah,
like that's kind of where I'm going with that.
I thought it was gonna be like something completely different, like 3 weeks ago. And,
well, my junior year, so your freshman year, right?
Yeah,
that's how that worked. We all thought. I don't know. At least the people I talked to that were in the know with her thought we were doing Guys and Dolls, and then we ended up doing 12th Night
out of nowhere.
Yeah, because I think maybe they just thought that because the friend of ours that we've mentioned a few times that's doing Heathers, they thought they wanted a show for him since it was like he was the big senior, and they wanted a show that had a male senior lead, even though he wasn't the only one. They just wanted to, because he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember what we thought we were going to do my senior year, and then we whipped out Songs for a New World, which is the only show I've ever been in that I actively disliked.
You don't like it?
I didn't enjoy it, because it's barely a show. You know, it's just a lot of musicals.
Choir concert.
The music's cool.
Oh my god, the nostalgia I have for that music is insane.
The music's cool, and I think we did a good job with it. And given the fact that it was kind of like a shortened time span, I get why we did it. I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah.
It's just, out of all the shows I've been in, that was probably my least favorite. And I probably wouldn't have the same effect if I didn't have to sing that one fucking song that I'm not afraid. I fucking hated it so much. I hated it so much.
She kind of disrespected you with the songs she put you in, because you were like constantly like, oh my god.
No, that was the only one I didn't like. River was great.
Oh yeah,
fucking loved River, and the finale song, like the senior finale song, that was dope. Dude,
I was talking about that with my girlfriend, and I was like, I was crying like a little baby boy. I was bawling my eyes out. My shield was getting fogged up.
That's one of the only pictures I have of you and me. Is somebody got a picture of me looking up at you and like dapping you up,
and I'm like,
yeah. It's rough. You were crying when I walked up to you any one of the nights, by the way. I don't want to hear it. You were not crying. You had a big old smile on your face every single time.
Not until the last time. The last time when you came up and you gave me a big hug, and I was like,
oh, I didn't see your face at that point, I guess.
I was gonna say, you could definitely probably feel me shaking is the thing. I was sitting there, I was like,
God, that's been almost 2 years ago now.
That's almost 3, I think.
No,
No, almost 2.
it wouldn't be almost 3. Because if it was almost 3, I'd be a junior in college.
Yeah.
Because it was my senior year.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I will always be salty about 12th night, though. Always be salty.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. How do you think I fucking feel?
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about me not getting Orsino. I was sitting there as
Yeah.
a little entitled little freshman that just came
Little
off.
entitled little freshman.
I was sitting there. I was like,
Well, see, if you didn't get Orsino, I thought you were going to get Andrew, ironically.
Yeah.
Which would have also been incredibly fitting.
Yeah.
Not because of the namesake, but because all you had to do was be a goofy little guy. And you also got to run around and I got to make fun of you the whole show.
Yeah.
Which, like, wouldn't that have been perfect?
That would have been hilarious. But unfortunately...
It would have been like... fucking... I don't know, what's a goofy little... Like Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Like Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Yeah, that's exactly what we would have been like.
Yeah.
It's 2 goofy little guys, me having to fake being drunk. Constantly. Which was so much fun. I'm still so sad we didn't get to do that show.
I'm shocked we haven't done it now. Like we haven't gone back and done it.
Well, yeah, if you remember, she said something about wanting to do like I forget what she called it because she gave it some big fancy name, but like she wanted to do it again off campus at like a public theater with the same cast. Well, I don't think the whole same cast because I think some people left and one person made all of the girls in the cast uncomfortable, so she would have ditched him. But like everyone else.
Yeah, everyone else is good. Good to come back.
Which probably would have slotted you into an actual role.
It better. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, I think it would have. I don't know who was the Andrew understudy. Do you remember?
No, I think it was me. I was understudies for at least 3 people.
Yeah, I mean, you're Andrew. You're Mr. Versatile.
I hope you know that wasn't that as like alongside High School Musical.
Yes,
those two being beside each other ruined everything. I hated both of them because I didn't memorize anything for anything.
Yeah, I didn't like High School Musical much because I felt like separated from everybody because everybody else already had like pre-established connections, and it was the first time I ever did a community show. So I was just kind of like off in the corner.
Yeah,
and I felt so alone.
You also weren't like a part of the basketball team.
Right. I was one of the fucking stoner skater kids.
And there was like 2 of you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't like I liked the show. High School Musical was fun, and I wish we would have done it, but I didn't enjoy the rehearsals.
We would have been effed if we
would have been so fucked.
I thank God that COVID interrupted that one because we were about to go to the SITS probe, which is like with the orchestra and stuff. We would have gotten shot. We would have gotten shot and killed.
Yeah, I know at least from experience. I didn't know any of my shit for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess kind of by choice because I was lazy, but also just because I was distracted.
And you were Toby and 12th Night at the same time, like 100.
Yeah, remember when the director for 12th Night was like, "All right, 2 weeks when you're back, you need to memorize your lines." I didn't.
I didn't either. I was supposed to have Orsino and Andrew memorized. Nope.
I still didn't even know how to deliver half my lines because it was all in fucking Shakespearean English.
I mean, that show would be so good if it wasn't in Shakespeare.
Listen. Knowing what I know now, that show needs to be in Shakespeare because it gives it Shakespeare. I could go on a whole rant about this because I have a class where pretty much the whole class has just been reading Shakespeare and looking at how it's been adapted over time into other stories and dissecting the language and all that. Shakespearean English is fucking awesome. It's incredibly beautiful. It's just hard to understand, but once you're able to break it down, it's so easy. That's kind of all we were missing is just during our rehearsals, there was not an emphasis on breaking down what was being said or trying to understand what was being said, which I get that to a certain extent. That's on the actors, but it was also a high school show. Yeah. So I feel like we should have at least had a rehearsal or two every so often where we were just like interpreting Shakespeare for 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that would have been really helpful. Or, for everybody. I think that would have been great for everybody. Because like I learned the definition of one phrase that I had to say, and it was like, that's all one, which means like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing I learned. And I only learned that because it was when we had the scary Shakespeare lady come in, and she told us stuff, and she was like, you just need to remember when you see that's all one, because that's like your catchphrase for the show, you're saying that's bullshit. And I was like, hell yeah. Because like cursing,
Let's go.
Cursing is awesome, especially when I get to curse without cursing. Because the director fucked me out of cursing. She's never gonna see this.
Yeah, never gonna see it at all.
Just saying her last name doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Our podcast is seen by fucking 6 people, and half of them are related to me.
Half of them are related to you. The other half is me.
Right. But either way, she like screwed me out of cursing in the one song because I was supposed to say "son of a bitch," but somebody was supposed to talk over me, but I just didn't get to say it at all, and it made me angry because I like to curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
You're telling me I have to be an old, fat, miserable drunk, and I can't even curse?
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic, blasphemous. That's all one.
That's all one.
That's all one. All right, we've gotten too far. We gotta stop. We're fucking quoting Shakespeare now. All right. Oh my god, I just got the worst fucking cramp in my leg. Holy shit. Oh I am a mess. Are my eyes open? Have my eyes been open?
Yeah, I mean,
like, is it noticeable that this one's fucked up?
If you like relax for a second, yeah. No, that's good. That looks normal. Yeah.
Okay. I can't hold it. It hurts. All right. Well. All right. That's gonna do it for this episode of the Ball Knower podcast. We gotta ask the people at home a question. Andrew, what's our question gonna be?
Favorite Shakespeare monologue? Kidding.
Who's your favorite Shakespearean character? Who's yours, Andrew?
Probably
can't be from 12th Night. That's our restriction.
Hamlet, because I love. Is that even does he even give the monologue to be or not to be? It's got to be him, right?
Yeah, that's Hamlet.
Okay, then yeah, he's my favorite. Because I was gonna say that monologue is like it's to be or not to be, but then like they don't nobody listens to the part after that, and the part after that is absolutely profound, to say the least.
Yeah. My favorite is Tranio from The Taming of the Shrew. I just blew your mind, didn't I?
Tranio from the what?
The Taming of the Shrew.
The Taming of the Shrew.
Yes. For context, in Shakespeare's day, shrew was another word for bitch. So it's basically about a very bitchy woman. It's a Shakespeare comedy. There's this woman who, well, she's described as bitchy, but really she's just a woman who uses her brain and thinks and is independent. And somebody has to tame her with marriage. But it's not Tranio. Tranio is the goofy sidekick who's just kind of an asshole. He's very funny and very sarcastic.
Okay.
And very flamboyant. He's hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anyways, make sure to let us know in the comments who your favorite character from Shakespearean literature is. We're probably the only sports podcast that's ever going to ask you that question. So for that reason and that reason alone, make sure to drop a like, because we are unique in that way, and you're not going to get content like this anywhere else. So make sure to subscribe as well. And once again, I know it was like 90 minutes ago at this point, but if you can spare a few dollars or just share, there is a link to the Victor Memorial GoFundMe at the top of the description. Make sure to donate or share if you can. But anyways, that's going to do it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I also hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you all enjoy it, because you're all wonderful people and you deserve it.